Okay, hello everyone. Today we're going to do a quick tutorial on how to effectively use hyperlinking within your PowerPoint presentations, whether it be for teaching like me or for giving a business presentation. Hyperlinking can be an effective tool and a useful way to navigate your PPT and make it a lot more interactive. So one of the best ways to use hyperlinking is involving games. For your students, in my case, I just want to show you very basically how to achieve some pretty cool results for a game. So say you had a game and many pictures for the students to choose. Typically what you'd have to do is scroll through using the mouse or keyboard and go 1, 2, 3 that way, and then go back to the main slide if you wanted them to choose another one. But luckily for us, PowerPoint has some very effective ways to navigate within the PowerPoint without having to back out to the sort of main screen. So what you can do to get started here, set up a game. You can have a number of pictures, number of numbers, whatever you want it to do. So we have 3 pictures of clip art basically. And let's pretend that each one represents a different question that the students have to answer. So here is picture 1 with the text, picture 2 with the text, and picture 3 with the text. All different questions. So what we can do, let's begin by clicking on picture 1, right-clicking, and going to Hyperlink. This is going to be sort of our main window for today. It's called the Insert Hyperlink window, and if you look, there's a few different options. Today we're mostly going to be focusing on the top tab and the second tab. So let's begin here with this one, place in this document, which means basically we're going to be hyperlinking to a different PowerPoint slide. That's all we're going to do here. So you can see here we have a list of all the slides. On the left here, we're going to be linking to the slide named Picture 1. Click Picture 1. You get a preview of what it looks like. Click OK. Let's call this question. This will be Picture 2, Question 2. Hyperlink, place in this document, picture 2, yeah, that's the one we want. And if you look here, picture 3, okay, let's go back, hyperlink, and picture 3. So let's view the slideshow now. And yeah, look, you can see the mouse pointer change from the arrow to the selecting hand, so we know it's going to work, I hope, as long as the pathing is correct. Yeah, there we go. Now we're at question 1. But wait a second, how can we get back? Oh, we have to hit the back arrow. Well, that's not quite good enough, I don't think. So let's take this a step further. I've created a little shape triangle here, and I'm going to use this to hyperlink back to our main game slide, if you will. Okay, so what we're going to do here is right-click on that, hyperlink that back to our main game board, I guess you might want to say. Game 1. Okay. Now, if you're really smart, let me just delete these. When you copy and paste an object, the hyperlinking actually stays with it. So you can see here that it is hyperlinked because it's asking you to remove. So let's copy this, paste this on picture 2. Paste this somewhere on picture 3. There we go. And all 3 will go back to this main game slide. So let's take a look here. Slideshow from current slide. So let's say the students choose picture 3. Okay. They click this. Okay, students, blah, blah. Okay, good job. You've answered the question. Now, how do we go back to the main game board? We simply click the triangle. And here we go. Now students can try question 1. Blah, blah. Okay, excellent job, students. Let's go back to the game board. Now we're back again, and question 2, we've cut and paste this so I know it's going to work, and now we're back again. So this is an easy way to show different questions and have them go back without having to exit out of the slideshow. You can navigate within it. So let's take this one step further, and I've set up multiple questions. Now this, I'm going to show you what it looks like from the beginning. Obviously this is very rudimentary and basic, but we have a number of questions here, 3, 6, 9, 12 questions. So here's question 1. Okay, question 1, blah, blah, blah. instead of using a triangle, I've made a little house hyperlink. Now, if you see here, we've hyperlinked back to the game board, but one of the questions that we selected has disappeared. This is really great because it allows the students or whoever to only see the remaining questions so it doesn't confuse them and, oh, which ones did we do? We don't remember. Oh, there's so many. It's hard to keep track. Well, this way, once you select a question, okay, it's answered. And once you go back, you can really keep tabs on the questions remaining. So let me quickly show you how to do that. First, we're going to hyperlink number 2. Right click, hyperlink, and I've called it question 2. Let's test that out. Okay, that part works. Let's go back. Now, I don't know if you're familiar with custom animations or not, but I probably will do another tutorial on that. But in the meantime, just click on this Animations tab. Oh, by the way, I should mention that this presentation is for Microsoft PowerPoint 2007. However, 2003 and newer versions are very similar. Anyway, so let's add an animation here, add effect. Now, it's not an entrance, actually, it's an exit. So we go to the exit animation. You can choose any one you want. Let's try grow and turn. Okay, that one's fine. Now, this is where it gets a little tricky. Once you select the object, you see it's given a special name over here on the animation side. This one's called Rectangle 37. So click this little down arrow. Let's go to Effect Options, Timing, and then you see this little button called Triggers. It's rarely used. Well, I rarely use it, but it is effective. Now, you click this little selection here that says Start Effect on Click Of, and it gives you the list of all the different objects in the current PowerPoint slide. If you remember, our object's Rectangle 37. Let's select that, hit OK. And now our object will only disappear after it's actually been clicked. If you click anywhere in the slide, it'll go to another slide. But if you click the object, first step, it will hyperlink. Second step, when you go back to this slide, it will then disappear. So let's see if that worked. So let's try number 1. Okay, here's question 1. We go back, it's gone. We've now hyperlinked number 2. Here's question 2. Blarg. Good job. Oops, I forgot to put in our little house. There, let's try that one more time. Question 1 goes back. Question 2 goes back. There, so they're both missing. You can repeat that on and on and on. Once you get your hang of it, you can really do it in absolutely no time. So the last bit of hyperlinking I want to show you is one of the easiest ways, and I'm sure most of you know how to do it. But there's a little catch I want to throw in here. So hyperlinking, what most people use it for, is actually linking to websites. So let's create a text box here, and I'll type www.google.com. Make that bigger so you can read it. Okay. Typically, if you hit enter, if you see it'll turn blue and there's an underline underneath, it's automatically going to be a hyperlink. So if you were to look at this in a slideshow, you click this, it'll open up in a new window, google.com on Korea version. But let's pretend you didn't want that to hyperlink for whatever reason. You can always right click and click remove hyperlink. But what happens if you want something to say something different but still link to the website? Like, what if you just wanted to type Google? If you hit enter, obviously that's not going to create a hyperlink without the full URL. So what you can do here, highlight the entire word, right click, hyperlink. This time we want to use the first tab, create an existing file or web page, and at the bottom you type in the actual website, www.google.com. Now, both of these are effectively the same thing. You've just changed the text. So this should go to the exact same website. Yes, there we go. Let's try one more variation before we finish this tutorial. Let's add a clip art picture, a random one, okay. Okay, an old-fashioned Game Boy. Now, let's pretend we wanted just a picture at the end of our slide, and if you wanted to click it, it would go to a specific website. It's just as easy as doing a text. Right click, hyperlink, and type in the address. And there you go. Let's give that a try. Google.com. Let's go to the slideshow. Okay, here's our useful links. Click it, and there we go. So today you've seen how to hyperlink within a PowerPoint for some game navigation, and also how to use website integration into your presentation. I hope this has been helpful to you, and